Yeah. Oh shit.
What'd you do?
Oh, I thought we were doing like what you started out, just
Oh,
fucking
no.
leaning in tight and like giving out that rapey vibe right off the bat.
Ooh.
So, how's your Saturday been? Since technically it's your fucking Saturday.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Just same old shite.
Dude, this going back to not having any days off for a while is gonna suck. Fat winkies. Like
Yeah, I know.
hardcore fat dick. But that's the price you pay when you have bills to pay. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta go in,
Yep.
have a
That's
whole hand
the
shoved up your ass.
you gotta have a job if you want.
Someone to shine your knob.
There you go. You gotta have money if you wanna pour honey on
Some
some.
stripper.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I mean, that's true. If you want that Rogaine, you got to invest in cocaine. Or I don't remember how they say that.
yeah, that
My
one.
grandpa used to say it all the time, and
Yeah,
it didn't make sense because he was so old. I'm like, how the hell do you know about coke? But
yeah. He was cool.
he was. I'm sure he's talking about the old Coca Cola, like the original Coca Cola,
Right. The good stuff.
the good formula, not this Coke Zero bullshit.
Yeah, not the stuff that it just doesn't hit the same.
Definitely doesn't have the same pick me up.
No.
Um, so okay, so I don't know why this is a topic of conversation, but it is clearly because I mentioned Coke with cocaine in it, the good stuff, into this like Coke Zero. What's your thoughts on like artificial sweeteners compared to just like having fucking sugar in your goddamn soda? Like, what do you think? Like, you think the diet shit's worse for you than actual soda?
Okay, so we gotta define actual soda. Is it real sugar or is it corn?
Okay, so if you got soda with cane sugar in it, not high fructose corn syrup, and you compared it to like soda with aspartame. I mean,
I don't know. I guess I haven't really looked into
fair
uh,
enough.
uh, artificial sweeteners. I know there's talk about them being bad, but um, I've been drinking a lot of stuff with artificial sweeteners, and it hasn't affected my.
Penis.
What were we talking about? No, it's no, I don't. I like, the stuff I try to get. Obviously, I don't like sugar because of the crash it gives you.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know. What do you know about it? Because, like I said,
I, supposedly it's not good for you, right? But then there's other people swear up and down there's not enough in like one soda. Like if you don't overdo it and drink like 40 a freaking day,
right.
that
Yeah.
there's really no danger in it. But again, I know a lot of people have talked about this, but it's the thing where you see somebody at a fast food chain and they order like a large fry, huge hamburger, and they go get a Diet Coke. And it's like,
Yeah.
that doesn't offset what you're doing over here.
No. No. When I was fat, I would go to McDonald's. Like when I was at my last job, I worked night shift, and I would just be like, I'm going to McDonald's. Screw it. Double quarter pounder, large fry, large Coke, real Coke,
Not diet shit. Yeah.
not diet. And it was something about that combination that just makes you not give a shit about being fat. You're like,
Well,
"Yeah, it's fucking worth it."
but doesn't Coke formulate their Coke that goes to McDonald's in a different way? So when it comes out of the fountain, it tastes way better. Isn't that right? They do something different.
They put them in, like, stainless steel containers instead of plastic is what I've heard the difference is. Like
I can see that. That's like
yeah,
drinking beer out of a bottle or out of
yeah,
a keg compared to a fucking aluminum can.
yeah, yeah, you can tell the difference
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
can't drink beer out of a fucking can. I can't do it. I can't
See
hardly drink beer anyway. I don't like the taste of it, but if I have to, definitely coming out of a glass bottle pour out of the tap at a keg and not a fucking
Yeah.
aluminum can.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I've gotten kinda snooty with my beer because after drink, because like Heineken, I like Heineken, so I
Mm.
would drink beer, I drink Heineken bottles. Going back to I mean, even Heineken out of a can is you can taste the aluminum, so it's just like, ugh. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
You drink with your pinky up?
Mhm.
Oh, you're full snooty?
Yeah, and I only drink in a three-piece suit, even if I'm just alone. Just by myself in my house, getting hammered in a three-piece suit.
Like some kind of fucking mob boss, and you're just like,
Yeah.
"Meh." You look out, you got your fucking blinds open, people are looking by, and you're just drinking your Heineken like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
what a look at all these poor pieces of shit
Yeah.
drinking your beer."
And then the meth wears off, and I'm like, "Oh, there wasn't people out there. I wasn't even looking through a window to outside. It was like I was looking in a mirror, picking
You ever
scabs."
you ever hear that Tom Segura stand up where he's talking about going and like he rode in, I don't know if it's like limo or something to take him to the airport, and the guy was like he's had a joint with him, but he's like, I like smoking crack, but he's like, he just likes smoking crack and then looking out the peephole in his door
Yeah. Yeah.
and getting like paranoid when people
Yeah.
walk by. I was like,
Yeah, I remember
I
that. Yeah, that was, that's to each their own, I guess.
guess if you're somebody with a low heart rate and you're like, I need to get this thing up. I know I'll smoke some crack and look out my peephole.
Yeah.
I think I might have told this story on this show before. I have old man brain, people. So if I have said something about this before, I apologize. But my son
That's
friend
cool because
had a
I have a young boy's penis.
me too.
It's
Um,
connected to the young boy that's, in my deep freeze.
oh shit. I was gonna say that anytime I go pee like outside, I'm always afraid I'm gonna get arrested for a grown man holding a little boy's dick. And I'm
Yeah.
always afraid they're gonna pull up and like yank me and fucking throw me in jail.
Yeah, they'll probably feel sorry for you.
And I'll be like,
You're
I'm
like,
sorry, buddy.
I didn't go." Yeah.
They just come up and they're like, "Aw," and I'm like,
We actually thought it was a chick, and we kinda wanted to, but
but so my son had a friend several years back. He had a Dodge Charger, and they went to Rolla, Missouri, and there's this gas station, like right off the interstate. There's this motel, and there's this fucking gas station. So they went over to the gas station, got something to eat, or maybe they went to McDonald's, some got something to eat, and then they just parked in this motel parking lot facing the motel, sitting in their car, eating their food. And he said, dude, there are all these like fucking meth heads, and they're like, open up the blinds real quick and then close them. They
Mhm.
come outside and like do a little lap and come back. He goes, because there's a lot of crackheads apparently stay at this motel, and they had them all paranoid. And they sat there for like 2 hours, and he's fucking, you just see the blinds open. Like, are they still out there? Oh shit.
That's
He goes, it was so
hilarious.
much fun. So much fun,
Oh, yeah.
which I wish I'd have
The you
thought of it.
what would you do to enhance their paranoia? Like, if you were sitting in your
I'd
car outside of
like, I'd probably have like a laptop like propped up on something and like
Mhm.
typing in shit. Also, I'd keep like leaning over like I was talking into
Yep,
a walkie-talkie,
and
like I was
pointing
communicating with,
yeah, and then pointing at them, like, "They're right there."
yeah. And then maybe even take like your camera with you and
Oh,
just like
man.
snap photos.
Yep.
I don't know. You may get them so riled up, they're like, we're gonna go kill these cops.
I
I don't
know,
want to
that's
go to
what I was
jail.
thinking, like, ooh.
They come out. One's got an RPG, and you're like, bro, it's a joke.
Yeah. I'm just jerking it in the car. Don't worry about
I love your toothless ass, and it gets me turned
it.
on.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know the meth had connections to the Taliban. Where the fuck did you get that RPG?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I don't know how much stuff you've ever watched on the mafia, and anywhere from anywhere from like the 30s on up into the 80s and 90s. But
Just good fellas.
oh,
Uh,
I watched something on YouTube the other day, and it's about this Giancarlo guy. He was in Chicago, big mob boss.
Giancarlo.
Yeah, Giancarlo. And Bobby Kennedy was head of the Justice Department, and he was cracking down heavy on the mafia, and he was getting all these guys to come in and testify, and like he would taunt Giancarlo, like he's like you're giggling like a schoolgirl. What's so funny? Like he was saying shit. So then, John Kennedy was running against Nixon in 60, and it was a very tight race apparently. So Giancarlo went through in Illinois and was like doing things like, I don't know, people pretending to be deceased people to vote. I guess so. I guess Democrats voting for dead people has been going on a long time. I didn't realize it had been that long. But anyway, he thinks that he helped Kennedy get reelected. And so he's like, all right.
Elected.
Or I'm sorry, elected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And so he's like, all right, cool. They're going to back off. Nope. He makes his brother the head, and his brother's like, we're going to fucking nail all these guys. So he's flipping his shit. But they were talking about with some of these mob bosses, they brought in an extra like 63 FBI agents into the Chicago office. And so anytime these mob guys would go into a restaurant, like say they'd go into a building and they'd go into the bathroom, an FBI agent would go in there. So if they're standing at the urinal taking a leak, an FBI agent would walk and stand right next to him. And they would just say shit, they would just taunt him. And it was just driving him insane because he's like, dude, we got to. And other mob bosses are like, dude, you have to ignore them. Don't say a bunch of stupid shit about them. And they had also another interesting fact is that was apparently the first time that the president and the FBI okayed warrantless wiretaps was on the mafia. I did not, also not aware of that. So they any place he had, they were bugging everything. They had bugs in the walls. It just, the more I sat and watched it, the more fascinated I got because I was like, I didn't know any of that stuff. I mean, I knew about like the John Gottis and the Five Families in New York. I knew a little bit about that stuff, but this shit from like Lucky Luciano and some of these other guys, like it's pretty interesting shit. But it's just like this guy thought he got he really did enough to get the president elected. And he's like, fuck yeah. And they're like, sorry, we forgot. Who are you again? He worked with Frank Sinatra. Actually, Kennedy enlisted Sinatra, but Sinatra knew Giancarlo. And so I think Sinatra kind of enlisted Giancarlo because he lived in Chicago and then developed this big plan. So it's just interesting to see how many like president, famous singer, mob boss somehow are all kind of maybe inadvertently tied together, but their histories are kind of like interwoven. It was kind of interesting. Kind of neat shit.
Yeah. How much of that shit's still going on?
So they kind of talked about at the end of one of because again, I'm watching this on YouTube. They're talking to former FBI agents. They're talking to former like NYPD retired officers. And so and then there are some interviews with some mob bosses at some part, but you're mainly getting the federal government and police departments like side of the story. I'm not saying the mafia didn't do a bunch of bad shit, right? But you're getting mainly the victor side of the story. So it's like, okay, I got to take a little bit with a grain of salt because some of the shit might be exaggerated or whatever. But anyway, they said that the problem is now for the mob types is there's so much surveillance of everything.
Right.
Like they have to be super careful on how they conduct business. You can't talk on the phone. You can't send an email.
Yeah.
And you can't even have a phone. You can't even have this thing in your fucking room with you.
Yeah.
You could shut it off and the mic's still on.
Well, and the thing is, back in the day, they had everybody paid off. Police, politicians. Just, they could do whatever they wanted. And now, people have ethics.
They have integrity.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't like that here.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I find the mob history fascinating.
Yeah.
I also find it fascinating though that the government's like, we took these bad people down. They were like extorting money from people and they were killing people. And like, wait a minute, you also fucking do that. Like,
Yeah.
are you just pissed because they cut in on your action
Yeah.
or
You're just doing it legally,
yeah, because you've written
not constitutionally. Don't don't
yeah,
confuse the two, but
right. But I just find it funny how they talked all this shit and I'm like, wait, you guys do the same shit. You you put it in different terms and you make it sound better. And then we're all like, oh, cool. Or that's what we're supposed to be.
yeah.
The accepted the accepted reaction to that is like, cool. And everybody
Yeah.
just moves on. So
Yeah.
I just find that shit fascinating. I
Yeah,
didn't know you.
I listened to a series, a podcast series about prohibition and
Oh,
all the mob ties with that, or it pretty much made the mob. What's his name? Capone.
hmm.
So yeah, that it's very interesting.
I don't know that I still have the podcast in my list on my phone, but there was one dude, and it was like they were interviewing this guy. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe you might be interested if I still have it up on my. Oh, yeah, it's called The Enforcer. And it's all about this Anthony Raimondi, who was an enforcer for one of the five families. He says, like, he went through Vietnam and all kinds of shit. He swears up and down that later on, I don't remember towards the end, because there's only 10 episodes and it's over with. It's just 10 episode podcast. He swears up and down that him and another mob guy took out a pope, like poisoned him and killed him in Rome. Again, you can't substantiate this shit. But he went as far as to say that, like, yeah, we took out the pope, dude, because of his policies and some shit like that. They're like, they wanted him gone. So he's like, he had this routine. He would get this at this time and he would always ask for water. So I don't know, they somehow poisoned something of his and he took it and then he ended up dying in his bed. Don't know. It's cool just to hear him talk about some of the shit that they did
Yeah,
and the some of the mob stuff, but it was kind of cool. I don't know. But you don't know if the guy's blowing smoke up your ass because he just wants to be sound as infamous as possible. So you don't know.
yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
What do you think about old T Dog getting the president of
Maduro?
Venezuela? Hell yeah, snatched him up.
I don't like it.
Of course you don't. Anything badass, you're like,
No, it's not that.
it is badass though. I love that part of it. Just went in there like, oh really? Take your fucking president.
Here's what bugs me, dude. This is the part that gets me, right? So everybody's all like a lot of the American public and a lot of Republicans and stuff, and even libertarians are like, yeah, we got that motherfucker. We got this commie bastard from Venezuela. Okay. So you're all good with that. We got this bad guy who I'm not saying Maduro's a piece of shit. All right. He is. He's truly a piece of shit. I have no love for the guy. I don't feel sorry for him for what he's done to his people. But it's real funny how we can
He's
go,
cool.
huh?
He's cool.
Maduro is?
Yeah.
But we can go to another country and snatch a president and bring him back because he's been indicted for narco terrorism and cocaine trafficking. But we have fucking pedophiles running everywhere, and we just simply won't go after them.
Yeah.
That's what bugs me. We have shitloads of corruption. Dude, we've had the CIA smuggling drugs in here, and nothing happens to any of those people. A crack cocaine explosion in the 80s. No one needs to go to prison for that. But that guy stole some shit, and we're going to go snatch him out of another country. It's like, you got more corruption than you can shake a stick at in this country, and you don't go after any of them. You have little fucking hearings and you go on. But I'm supposed to get worked up that we got Maduro. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't like it. I'm like, we got more important things to deal with than Maduro, because the fentanyl's not coming from Venezuela. The cocaine, for the most part, is not coming from Venezuela. It was the oil. They wanted that fucking
Oh,
oil,
hell yeah.
and they got it. Now, they're pissed off because, these oil companies put a bunch of money in, and while Chavez was president, he expropriated all that. And then they didn't like do maintenance on the shit. So it started out like, let's say 3 million barrels they could produce in a certain period of time. It dropped all the way down to 1 million. And so, but Chavez expropriated all that shit before Maduro got into office. But like, Maduro's the bad guy. And it's like, Chavez did that shit. You waited all this time, right around the time the Epstein files release and all this shit. And suddenly we're going to go. It just distraction after distraction after distraction, like the Somali thing with the daycares. And now we got Maduro. And I'm like, did we forget about this huge pedophile ring? I guess we fucking did. I guess that's not cool anymore to talk about.
Yeah, it's old news.
And that pisses me off. It just, I don't like it. I guess I'm an old fuddy-duddy and I'm not.
Do you ever ponder, like, I mean, with all the bullshit that goes on in this country, would you admit that we got it pretty good? I do. Like, I mean, I'm not, I'm just saying, fucking paved roads, like plentiful jobs. It's a pretty good life in America. Would you agree? Could be better. I'm not saying that, but but here's my point. Like, do you ever wonder what it would be like if we didn't do all this shady shit, like to other countries, war for oil and stuff like that?
Do you have something else you want to say before I start fucking rambling?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I have actually had a discussion like this with another one of my coworkers. We talk about this all the time, that like, we benefit from the corruption. We benefit from all the shady shit because we had the reserve currency, and we do shit. We do regime change. We run coups on countries. We do all this for the benefit of our country. And so, yeah, we have it better than a lot of other countries, no doubt. I just wonder, if we didn't go through and do all the shady shit and create enemies around the world, if we did more like the founders said, no entangling alliances, just free trade with anybody, right? So if we decided, hey, we want to trade this country for this, how much cheaper shit would be? And if you didn't have all the regulations that you had, how many more jobs would stay in the US? How many more factories? How many more people would start businesses? So as good as we've got it, again, compared to most of the rest of the world, we have it pretty good. How much better would it be if we could just back off on some of this shit? That's what I wonder the most. Like, as plentiful bounty we have, if we would just back off and treat people with a little more respect, like the people of this country, no matter, what state you live in or what color your skin is, just everybody just get, like, it's like, all right, we're going to be a little more hands off, let you keep more of your money, and make it easier for you guys to start a business if you want. Now, the thing is, if your business fails, that's on you. We're not going to be your social safety net, but we're going to make things a little easier. And that's my problem. They just don't. And so now, like, they've got these flock cameras, like Kansas City's got flock camera systems. St. Louis is looking at them. Other big cities look at these flock cameras and like, well, if there's a criminal, he does something, he goes through these intersections, like, we can track him. Because we literally, in Owensville, there was a guy who was allegedly committed sexual assault on a minor. He escaped. He left He went through Kansas City into Kansas. Kansas law enforcement caught him. They tracked him on these flock cameras in Kansas City, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah, awesome. We got these flock cameras and we caught him at different intersections and we could track his movements over into Kansas." And it's like, it sounds great, except for the fact that they want those everywhere. And there's a reason they want them everywhere. They don't want them to track criminals. They want them to track everybody. So it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I try not, I don't want to cheerlead for a bunch of people who don't know me, don't know what I want, don't know what I need, and want every decision to run through them first. I don't want to cheerlead for these fuckers at all. Now, if you're out there and you're trying your best to reverse things, yeah, I'll pat you on the back and tell you, go get them. But when we do shit like the Maduro thing or whatever, everything that I see here, it pisses me off. Now, the gentleman at work also said, what happens if this information would get out and like a bunch of very important people go down and it hurts the economy? Now, maybe I'm an asshole, but I'm like, don't give a shit. Because I'd like to see some of these pricks pay and like pay hard. And if my wallet takes a hit for a little while until things correct, I'm cool. Because it makes me feel, it gives me a little more faith in the people around me and humanity if people would actually go through with shit like that and take these either they're super wealthy or super powerful people and bury them under the prison. And that would just make me really happy.
Yeah.
I'd feel pretty good. Your thoughts, though? Like, what are your thoughts on this whole thing as far as your question to me? I guess I would just direct it back at you and get your thoughts on the system that we live under now.
I don't know. I go down rabbit holes with my thoughts on, what if we didn't go into this, make deals with these countries and stuff like that? And would we make more enemies? Would we make less? I don't know. It's a lot to think about. Hurts my brain.
Well, it's like, just for one example, like the Venezuela oil from Saudi Arabia. It's like, we got a shitload over here. Why are we depending on other countries for the oil that we could do right here? I mean, we don't have to do it on every square inch, but it's like, oh, well, we've got all this federal land. We can't drill there. Why not? Why?
Yeah, there's probably a reason.
You want to control that property. That's all you want. You just want to control it.
Yeah.
And you've made friends with some shitty people to get oil when we could literally have it cheaper here, because it would be right here. The price of gasoline and everything else would go down. Only problem is then if you do that, then there's no reason to want to push everybody to electric vehicles and all this other horse shit. So there's a lot of stupid reasons for a lot of shit. I'll never act like I understand it all or why they're doing this and doing that. I'll never know all the reasons or understand why. I wish we could be a little better and demand more from the idiot brigade that runs things right now.
Yeah.
That's all. I'll never get that. No, people are happy getting trampled on, but I'm just not one of those people. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that distract people from reality, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they don't want to be reminded how corrupt everything is, They'd rather watch their sports and TV and do all that crap, which is fine, I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I come home on nights that, at this podcast and the podcast tomorrow night on nights that I don't have a show. Oh my God, I'm gonna start yawning. Great. On nights that I don't have a show, I come home, we eat supper, whatever, let my dogs out, play with them for a little while. I come in, a lot of times I'll turn the Xbox on and I'll game for an hour or two before I go to bed. That's how I wind down. It's not like I don't sit around all day, every day, just thinking about politics. I know people that are kind of like that, and I don't know how you live like that every day. It's just like every day you're angry. Like, oh, the fucking government. Like, yeah, I know, but I have to not think about it all the time. I have other things I need. So so you don't go fucking insane,
Right.
you know? And it's each their own. If they can do that without going crazy, good for them. But I have to unplug from it all and just like play my favorite game. Do that for a couple hours or an hour or whatever.
What is that game?
Diablo 4. I've been playing since the first Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo. So yeah, I like it. They do seasons and stuff like that where they change certain things, and this is like since Diablo 4 came out, this is like they're on season 11 now. This is the best season of that game, hands down, bar none, whatever. And so I'm enjoying the game right now. So it's nice, unless I go out and do some photography. Like that's what I do. I don't know about you.
Would you ever do what Nick Shirley does with the that whole fraud thing in Minnesota? Like independent journalism or whatever?
I think I'm not smart enough to do that. Right? I'm not smart enough. I think it's amazing. I think
I do too.
I think it's fucking awesome. I tried one time not to do what he did. So I'll try to keep this story as short as possible. But 2022, I think 2022, I believe. A friend of mine had a meet and greet for his state rep. He also invited a state senator who he never heard back from, blah, blah, blah. So she invited another state rep that like butts up to their district. And we're talking about different shit. And this one rep was talking about a shady character in Jefferson City who owns this building. There's no name on the front of it. You go in there, you go down this hall, and the back end set up like a speakeasy. And there's all these lobbyists in there. There's state reps in there and shit, and they're all mingling. And I go, are you talking about Scott Fawn? And he goes, yeah, I am. And I go, would you come on my show and talk about this? He's like, absolutely. Never came on.
They whacked him.
He's still in office.
They fucking whacked him.
But I was like, that was the closest I've got. I was like, man, if I could get this guy on and drop some knowledge, this could jumpstart other people into looking at it. Like I didn't think I was going to be like some big name, but this is something cool to build on and get other people also looking at it. I called his office. I sent emails. I never heard anything back. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep calling you, dude. And I lost all respect for the guy because I was like, well, fuck you then. I mean, I tried, didn't work. You had no interest in coming on. I think it would have been a great show. He didn't have to come on for 2 hours, 20, 30 minutes. Tell us what you know. I mean, he literally talked about being in that building, watching a guy walk to the bathroom. And he said there was a very attractive woman there who started following him to the bathroom, and people are like taking pictures. I'm like, people need to hear this shit. They need to know that we have people in Missouri politics who are just as crooked as the people in DC. And he just, nope. He gets his balls dropped off. He had no interest in coming on after that. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a shame.
God, what's that dude's name that did that shit? Because do you see Tim Walz is not going to run for governor again?
Yeah.
He's already said he's not running for re-election.
Good. He needs to be kicked out.
Yeah.
Whose name?
The journalist that did that shit.
Nick Shirley.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said that already. My bad. I apologize. Yeah. Imagine doing something like that though. That's pretty badass.
Oh yeah.
But nope, I will never be one of those guys. I'll just be some schmuck. And it's fine. I don't mind being a schmuck.
Yeah. Me neither. Oh.
It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. Trying to find some. Sorry, I'm trying to find somebody. Oh, here we go. Maybe this. Trying to find something that somebody posted earlier on X because it was about something in the Missouri state legislature, and I'm probably not going to find it now. God damn it. It's all good in the neighborhood, though, bro. Nah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Hell yeah. Nick, yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna find it.
I'm probably not, dude. Which
It's gone forever.
I hate when I go on to like, oh, you piece of shit. I hate when I go on to X and I think I found something and like, okay. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I guess they're slipping something into a bill, Section 453 into spending bill, a provision that would give pesticide companies immunity from lawsuits for the harm they cause. Shocker.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh my God. Who would have ever thought that would happen in the USA? But hey. Yeah, I don't know. I had a weird thought on the way into work this morning. You know how white guys say they like to be black from like the waist down? You ever heard a white guy say that? Is it because they just want a bigger dick, or is it because they want a bigger dick, but if their pull-out game is weak, they can run away from their kids faster?
You said it.
It's a legitimate question. I want to know.
They're talking about their dicks. 100%. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that's it.
All right. All right. Dude, you know how people are sometimes. People think this all the way through. Like apparently I did. Right or wrong, it was a thought that I had.
Yep. Should have stayed a thought.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, I was just joking.
Be all right. I've heard way worse on the
I've said
interwebs.
worse.
You have a lot, a whole freaking lot. Just in private.
Yeah.
In private, that's it. Between two consenting adults that like dark humor. Not racist stuff. You don't say, he doesn't say racist stuff. He says dark humor in his soul. Let me correct the record there.
Yes. Anybody who knows me.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm not a racist dude. Let me ask you this, dude. I think we've talked about this before, but I don't know. Because, I'm getting older now. And when I was younger, like I would hang out with certain people all the fucking time. I don't hang out with nobody anymore, dude. Like no one. Except my buddy Gary that went with me to Clarksville Saturday to take some pictures and bald. He goes like, I don't hang out with anybody anymore. Like no friends, no nothing. Are you the same way?
Yeah. I've been like that forever.
Oh, have you?
Oh yeah. I prefer it.
I've converted to be a hermit.
Yeah, I love it.
Most times it's cool. There are times like, God, it'd be nice to hang out with somebody right now and just like chill. But most times I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I just want to be at home, just doing whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to like, I've got like one buddy that it didn't matter. It doesn't matter what we hang out. It's not like we don't go out. It's like, you don't have to go out of your way to like try to make them fucking happy. And, it's like, we just hang out, bullshit, have a great time. And then we go on our merry way. And that shit's like super cool. But I'm over like, unless I go to a concert or like a hockey game, I don't want to be around a bunch of fucking people. That shit drives me nuts. Like being around a bunch of people and it's like super noisy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it fucking eats in my soul. Like, fuck, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta stab myself in some non-dangerous way just to get out. Oopsie.
Yeah.
And just like I'll see you later, guys. I'll
Yeah.
wrap the tourniquet around this and I don't know.
Some people thrive on that, and I don't get it. But the
Even
old
at
extrovert introvert thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even at work now, I find myself like hanging around the people that I work with more. Like even in the building, I'm more like just out on the floor at my desk or something else. I'm like, I don't even. It's nothing against them. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know. Shit drives me nuts. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm on. Eat a bag of dicks. Again, nothing personal against anybody. I'm just like, I'm gonna do my own goddamn thing. And I don't know. I guess depending on who you talk to, like, that's not very healthy behavior. And I'm like, well, I feel pretty fucking good right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So
for you maybe, you know, it's like people that tell you, you know, you don't hardly talk enough. It's like, well, you only know me, the me that you know when you're around, right? So
yeah,
maybe take the fucking hint. If I don't talk to you, or if I don't talk when you're around, maybe it's you. But there's some people that they could never fathom someone not liking them. They're called narcissists. So if somebody doesn't like them, it's the other person's problem.
yeah.
They could never self-reflect and say, "Oh, I wonder if I pissed him off." And no, it's like, wonder what his fucking problem is. It's like, it's you. But you'll never accept that as truth.
I will say that I have witnessed that personally, not from you, but from other people too. Like being in an office and talking, and you walk in, and everybody just like no one resumes their conversation. They're all looking at you like, "Fuck do you want?" And you try to like get them to say whatever they got to say, and you're like, "All right, move on." You just want to be like an old man and like kick him in the ass. Get out of here, little shit, and kick him in the
Yeah.
ass, and they don't pick up what you're putting down. I feel like I'm that dude though, like the one that walks in on places and people are like, "The fuck out of here," and I like, but I'll pick up on it. Like nobody's saying nothing. I'm like, all right, I'm fucking. It makes me uncomfortable, so I leave.
Yeah.
Like I don't try to force a conversation. I'm just like standing there. I'm like, okay, clearly I'm not supposed to be here right now. And I was like, I'll flitter out the door because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Where like when they see me coming, they're like, oh Jesus Christ, here comes this fucking twat again. Get him
Yeah.
out of here. I don't
Yeah.
want to be that dude. Some people
No.
apparently want to be that dude.
Yeah.
They want to be like, I want to be fucking, I want to be super annoying today. And you're like, well, you don't have to try very hard. You're already there.
Yeah.
I do find that fucking amusing when I sit in the office with certain people and somebody like they're approaching the door and you can see their fucking eyes. You're like, God, Jesus Christ. You come to
Yeah.
ruin my whole fucking day by opening their big fat traps. Like, yay. I see that. I've seen that everywhere though. Like in a lot of places I've worked, you just see somebody, a certain person approaching. They're like, I'm that guy now, partially because just being in safety, and they think automatically that I'm coming over there to bust their balls about something. Like, have you guys not figured out? I don't ever come over. It doesn't matter what area of playing. I do not run up on people like, "What are you doing? You can't fucking do that." I don't do that shit. I don't do it. They just automatically. That's where their mind goes when they see me approaching, and I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, I've been on the floor for 10 fucking years before I did this job. Like, clearly, you should know me better than that by now if you've worked with me at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking hate it, dude. I just want to walk up and go. I like sometimes I just go somewhere to try to understand how they do their job. Strictly because if somebody tries to come in and like, we need to do this, that I can kind of go, well, we can't do that because they have to do things in this way. So you need to rethink this. Just to try to be like the mediator and be like a voice of reason sometimes. And people see me and they're just like, checking. Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, have I ever come over here with a yardstick and just whacked you across the fucking kneecaps because one of your earplugs wasn't in all the way? No. So I don't know. That shit drives me nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like it. You walk up on somebody, a couple people talking, and they see you and they just walk away.
And you're like,
But
I
they go
have
back to
power.
work. And you're like, haha. Yeah.
Like, I got all the fucking power in the world.
I don't even care about power. Like that.
I know, but it's just
I just think it's funny.
it's entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I better ruin their whole fucking conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, like, back in my days in the department I used to work, if it was 2:30, you guarantee I was not at my machine. Guaranteed I had my 100%. I was done. I might walk off and go talk to somebody. And if like a boss came by, if it wasn't like some big shot, I didn't move. I stood there and talked. The only thing is that the old production manager, I guess, before the last couple they've had, he came in one day and I was way up the line. He's like shaking his head. I go, dude, I'm sitting at 103% right now. He goes, it's not your production I'm worried about. It's their production I'm worried about. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'll go back to my machine.
Yeah. I've had people tell me like, I've had people tell me like, hey, can you get this guy away from me? He just keeps coming up and talking to me. I'm trying to work.
Oh, no shit. You've had that, huh?
Yeah.
And I can see that happen sometimes. I've had people that I just don't have as big asshole as I am. I'm not big enough of an asshole to go, I really hate talking to you. Do you not get that? I just don't do that. As much as I'd love to.
I can.
Oh, can you?
Oh yeah.
I can't.
If I'm busy, I'll ignore the shit out of you. I'll say something like acting like I'm joking, but not really. Like, hey, trying to work here. And if they get their feelings hurt, it's like, okay, we're at work. I'm trying to work, not talk about whatever dumb shit you want to talk about. So go away. They get the hint.
Eventually, they're like, oh, shit, my bad. And you're like, that's right.
Yeah.
You're bad. I don't know, dude. What were you going to say?
No courtesy laughs. No, that's crazy. Oh, that's funny. None of that. Just ignore. Just stop talking. Just stop talking, and it's like, trying to work here.
Go away, dick bag. And they're like, oh. Now, there are times that, like, I don't know, dude. I'm so fucked up in the head that I go through these things. It's just me being stupid, but I'll think like, I don't know. I walk into the office and shit. And people are talking. Everybody just kind of quits talking for a little bit, and then I just stand there for a few minutes. It's not because they're talking about me. It's just like they think I have something to say, and I might not. But I'll stand there for like 2 minutes and then talk a little bit, and I go, okay. I get in my own head. I'm like, I'm the retard in the room. I need to leave now. These people don't want me in there while they're talking.
Right.
And so I get in my own head about it. And then I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm just not going to go talk to any of these people for a while. I'm just stupid. that way. It's where my fucked up way my brain's wired. But I do that shit a lot. And I'm like, I'm just not going to go talk to anybody. I'm just going to go stay off my own little fucking world. If they need me, they'll send me a message or an email, and I just go on about my shit. But I don't know. That's my own stupidity. I don't blame that shit on anybody else. It's just me and my weirdness.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got fucking loads of it.
Yeah.
Fucking loads of weirdness. Oh, man. Shitty kitty cats. So any other topics, Eric?
No, not really. I had a couple things written down, but I'm don't really want to, not interested.
It was funny yesterday, but now.
Yeah, when I wrote it down, I was like, I want to talk about that, but nah.
Now you're like, yeah, fuck it. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know about you, but fucking cold weather. This cold weather dry. I mean, it's good for me in one way for my photography for specific things, but I'm so ready for it to fucking warm up a little bit, just so I can
No.
spend more time outside without like getting a fucking chill on
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not ready for it. I need to see like the worst of it to appreciate spring.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I
okay,
mean?
yeah,
Because like right now it's nice, you know.
yeah,
It was really nice today. It's gonna be nice tomorrow. I'll be outside, but it's just I know it's not spring, so kind of fucks with you. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
All the everything's brown and dead.
Right.
It's 60 degrees outside, but everything's brown, and you're like,
Yeah, and you know we've got at least probably 3 more months of
shit.
freeze and snow and shit like that,
Yeah,
so
because it pisses you off because you hit this 60 degrees for a few days. And you're like, great. And then the first day it drops down to like 30. It feels like it's -10.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
But dude, I remember the last time, excuse me, there was, what's it been? 13, 14 years ago. Like the whole winter was just warm. It seemingly never got cold. Like no snow, no ice, nothing. It's like the whole winter was real mild. And then that next summer, it was a stretch of like 12 or 15 days where it was like 100 plus fucking degrees with a heat index. And it was hot as fuck. And couple of those days, like one day in particular, I got stuck inside a building where you couldn't open the windows, no air movement, running a hammer drill, just drilling holes in concrete floor. I have never, only day in my whole working career where I felt like I could never drink enough water. Like anything that went in, out through my pores. I was leaving puddles like this big around at every hole. And I was sending the other guy to constantly get more Gatorade and shit. And anytime it acts like this, I'm like, please don't do that shit again. Even
Yeah.
though I work in a climate controlled building now, but I'm not going to go out and take pictures when it's 115 fucking degrees outside.
No.
Unless I go out to Eagle Bluffs where I can just jump back in a car, enjoy some AC, and then go stand outside for a little while and get back in the AC.
Yeah.
But I'm not going hiking and shit,
Yeah.
you
There's
know?
nothing yeah, summer is so overrated. I mean, it's like I'll go outside. If I'm not swimming, if I'm not in water, I'm gonna be drenched, and it doesn't matter if I got shorts and sleeveless shirt. It's you're hot and miserable.
You're
There's
just shorts and sweaty titties outside, and you're like,
yeah,
I'm dying.
bugs and
I don't,
fucking
if it's in the 80s, no big deal. Man, you start hitting upper 90s, and,
yeah,
it's like I got to go out and cut the grass. I'm like, motherfucker.
I know.
I just want to be that dick that goes out like 6 o'clock in the morning and fires up the fucking lawnmower and drives it around, and people are like, it's Sunday at 6 a.m., dickhead. Like, I know, but the sun's out and it's going to be hot as fuck later. I'm getting the
Yeah,
shit done now
yeah,
because it takes me like half hour or a little more to cut on a riding mower, maybe a little longer than that. There's nothing, but you just stand out there with a fucking weed eater and yeah, the sun's just baking the fuck out of you. And you're like, oh. You'd rather just be kicked in the balls multiple times than go out in it. So yeah, there's times that I put off mowing the grass 2 or 3 days just because it was so fucking hot. I'm like, not doing it. And then I had that photo shoot in July or August for all the kids that were playing like summer ball and shit. And they in the middle of a fucking baseball diamond, and they started it at noon. And, man, it was just fucking, and then, like, 2 different rainstorms coming through and, like, the wind blowing hard. We had a canopy set up for some shade, and it was about rolled the fucking thing over. We're, like, having to hold on to it. It's dumping rain. It was a really shit day. But towards the end, the guy that, like, hired me to do it, he's like, "God damn, your eyes are bloodshot, dude." Well, the brim of my hat was filled with sweat, so it was just running into my eyes, and my wife's like, "Man, your face is really blotchy." I go, "It's fucking hot out here." It's 2.5 hours of that shit. And then the clouds would go away and the sun would come out. Well, then it just rained. So all the moisture in the air is just boiling. So you're just sitting on a fucking broiler. And I told the guy, I said, listen, we were like right across the street from a school. I go, can you work it out if they have me come back next year that we do it inside a fucking building? He's like, yeah, one of the parents is the principal. And I go, okay, cool. We'll do it inside next year. I can set up a backdrop and do all kinds of shit, but not to be up in this motherfucker again.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it sucked so bad. And then so I had I'd filled out a permit or asked for a permit to go out to Eagle Bluffs and try to do night sky photography that same night. So we got done taking pictures, went back to the room, jumped in the shower, cleaned up, changed clothes, went to go get something to eat. I had no appetite because I baked in the sun. And went home. I laid in the fucking bed in the motel room and just, my wife's like, are you going to go out? And I was like, no. I just fucking laid in the bed as close to that goddamn thing in the wall that shoots out the cold air. And just, I laid there the rest of the goddamn night. I was like, I have no interest in even going outside. Fuck all that noise. And then
Yeah.
I got a room with like a big, like 2-person jet tub, right? And my wife's like, you're going to jump in here? And I go, nope, no interest. I am not getting back into anything that's even remotely close to hot. Like, unless you're going to have an ice bath in there for me, fuck off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as much as I love photography, I just refuse to go out. Like, I'm going to walk a few miles a day. Nope. My punk ass will stay in the AC like a big fat puss and not do shit all day long. And I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this time of year. If it's not below freezing, I love being outside.
Yeah, 40s. I can deal with 40s. You know, I put a fleece fucking shirt on and a decent pair of pants, some warm socks, just walk, do whatever, no problem. But man, it starts getting to the 90s.
Yeah.
I'd
No
rather
fun.
just stand up, spread eagle, and you just come up and kick me right in the fucking dick hole. And I'm like, cool. Do I have to go outside? And they're like, nope, you're good. And I'm like, thank you. I just roll around on the ground for 5 minutes and maybe throw up.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know. All right. Well, shit, dude. We're at an hour. You ready to call it?
Sounds good.
Our episodes keep getting shorter every week.
I think an hour is a good time. Good.
It's not bad. And honestly, I'm to the point where I'm almost ready to do that with my other show.
Yeah.
Or at least cut it down to an hour and a half. It's just like maybe an hour. It's the only thing is like if I get like the guest that I'll have on tomorrow night, he's on the first Tuesday of every month. Like an hour is just not enough.
Yeah.
Because you get into so much shit. But there's other weeks I'm like, we could go an hour and just like, cool, let's shoot it. So I got to talk to my co-host and go, can we try an hour unless we have a guest? Then we can go 2. Because we should just be able to roll through topics. And that is one thing about a lot of podcasts. If you go over an hour, after that hour, people just like, if you watch the amount of time people watch, after that hour,
Yeah.
it just goes bye-bye quick.
I won't click on a video if it's like even close to an hour. Maybe.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I will if it's shit I'm interested in.
Right.
If it's some vague shit that I'm like,
Yeah.
like the mafia shit is like 2.5 hours. I'm
Yeah.
fucking watch that. No problem. But if
Yeah.
it's like, you want to know how to make your own apple cider vinegar and I draw it out for an hour and a half, you're like, I'd
Yeah.
rather not.
Yeah.
Even if it saved me from a stomach virus, I'll just puke and
Yeah.
fuck you and your vinegar.
Yeah. Instructional videos should be short, as short as possible.
But you
Shut
see
your friggin' mouth. Tell me how to do it. And that's it.
But you'll see these people that will just drag that shit out forever.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to milk you out of money and you're like, you want my money, get it over with. Shut the fuck up, okay?
Yeah.
Then I might give you money. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of No Integrity Podcast. If you happen upon this video later on, make sure 6:30 on Monday nights we do this shit. There's nobody in the live chat at all tonight.
Is there even anybody watching?
No,
We
there's
can say
zero.
whatever we want.
No one's watching.
That's hilarious.
All right, folks.
Good.
We'll see you later.
See
stock.
you, nobody out there
Yeah.
later.